Alright, so hey guys, welcome to another Warframe video, and Baro has come once again and on PCs on the La Runda Relay on Mercury. Now the first and new item this time around is the Bronze Kavat bust. We already got the one for Kubro and this is the one for a Kavat, so here you can see it next to the Wolf Nuggle. After that we have the Scimitar Cydonia skin, which does look very cool. It's just that the scimitar looks like it's made out of Play-Doh, but it looks good overall. Then he brought a full set of the electricity based dual stat mods, which gives you 60% bonus electricity damage as well as 60% status chance, so be a jolt for pistols, voltaic strike for melee, high voltage for rifles and shell shock for shotguns. Following that, we have two Primed mods, so we have Primed Quick Draw for 88% bonus reload speed on pistols and Primed Heavy Trauma for 165% bonus impact damage on melee. Then he once again brought the Prova Vando, which is an electricity-based machete, and this is pretty much just mastery fodder unless you're looking for a really low mastery rank melee weapon that has decent status and does pure electricity, so you can really narrow down the type of status you proc. He also brought the Quanta Vando, which is a really cool primary beam weapon that has two fire modes: the primary mode firing beams, what a surprise, and the secondary fire mode firing explosive cubes that will tether themselves to nearby terrain and will explode on impact with the enemies or when you shoot them with the primary fire. The primary fire will also do pure electricity, with the secondary fire doing electricity and blast, and it has both good crit and status. Then, just in case you buy the Quanta and you think it looks a little bit plain, you can also get the Quanta Lxe skin, which is sort of a camo skin for the Quanta. Though one thing to bear in mind here is that the Quanta is, well, very thin, so the skin is actually kind of hard to see during gameplay. Then comes the Teer DX Cyandana, which is a decent looking Cyandana. It's sort of an upgraded or a slightly fancier version of the standard Teer Cyandana, and while I don't use this one a ton, I do think it looks quite nice when you pair it up with the right frame and accessories. Following that, we have a full set of the Teer Foros armor, so the shoulder plates, the chest plates, as well as the leg plates, and this one, in my opinion, is far better than the standard Teer armor because it's a lot more tame, right? The original armor is very bulky, very square, whereas this one fits a lot more frames because it is more subtle. It's just awesome for adding a little bit of detail here and there on some of your frames, which is why I like it. Next on the menu, we have the Prisma Companion poster. Now, this is an actual poster that you place down. It is not something that you display on a, well, display, so you can't change the dimensions of it by using different displays. After that, he once again brought the Pyrasagatra, which is just a small cosmetic accessory for your melee weapon that will sort of dangle off the handle or both handles if you're dual wielding, and it can be colored separately to the melee weapon itself. After that, we have two Lxe skins, the first one being for the Tigress, and one of my personal favorites. Well, I actually like all the Lxe skins, but, you know, the one for the Tigress is just beautiful. I mean, look at it. And the second one is for the Sonic R, which is basically the same thing. All the Lxe skins have the same theme, and they're all absolutely beautiful because of all the little details they have. They're just gorgeous. Next up, we have the Lxe Prisma skin, which is a fantastic looking skin for the Lxe landing craft. I particularly like the Prisma energy flowing through it, which is the case with all the Prisma items, but, you know, it's just a nice skin. And we're slowly nearing the end with the Teer Atmos diadem if you want your operator to be a pretty little princess or a creepy son of a bitch in the case of my operator. So here's what changing the primary color will do. And here's what changing the secondary color will do. After that, we have the Baro glyph, which is exactly what it says on the tin, a Baro glyph. Then there is the Eminence color palette, which I like an awful lot, even though it doesn't have a massive selection of colors. It's basically just some purples, blues, pinks, and different hues of those colors. And it's also a color palette that you can get without using platinum. Then the second to last item is the corrupted Bombard Specter blueprint, which once used in a mission will summon a Bombard and a Roken drone to aid you in combat, but one thing to bear in mind here is that these things are consumable, so you're paying credits and ducats for something that you're just gonna use up and you're gonna have to buy more. And the final item on the menu is, as always, the Sons of Inaros questline blueprint, which is the item you need if you want to get the Inaros Warframe. Now, my recommendation this time around would be to get Jolt and Voltaic Strike, because those are the two dual stat mods that you cannot get outside of Baro Teer. You can actually get High Voltage and Shell Shock from Hive Sabotage. Then, if you want to do some stat stick shenanigans for Atlas's Landslide, Primed Heavy Trauma is one of the best mods you can put on a stat stick for Landslide because it adds a ton of impact. And then if you want a cool, unique, and pretty powerful primary weapon, get the Quanta Vando as well. And that is pretty much it, but then again, this is just my personal recommendation, so if you want to go for the swag and cosmetics first, go right ahead. And that concludes this week's Baro and my week as well, because I'm leaving on a vacation tomorrow, yay! So I thank you very much for watching, as always guys, I hope you've enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Well, next week actually. Ha! Bye bye!